Alright. It's primitive! I am Jedi Master Xan Jo Vibro. Today is the 500th anniversary of the return of power to the Senate from the Supreme Chancellor. Nearly 500 years after the Sith War has ended. While the entire Republic celebrates, I mourn. I mourn, for I have left Jedha City and the Temple of the Whills, but I have not left empty-handed. Because I have left with this book, I will be excommunicated from the Jedi Order. Probably all record of my existence will be expunged, and I will be all but forgotten. Unless I succeed. We are heading into the unknown regions. I have chartered this ship. I have an army of droids at my disposal, because I dare not take another living being where I am going. I do not believe the unknown regions to be unknown. I believe them to be forgotten. I believe them to be forgotten because this book tells us we are not from Coruscant. The Jedi Temple in Coruscant was built after the Temple of the Whills in Jedha City. Yet, deep in the core of Jedha City's temple, this book tells us that that temple is not the first. If Jedha City is not our first temple, then where do we come from? If we are not from Jedha, where did the Jedi begin? And when we began, what knowledge existed between the time of Jedha and our origins? What are we missing? The fact that the Jedi Knights on the Fringe possess knowledge that we do not, possess harmony that we do not in the core, proves that knowledge has been lost. I brought this information to Master Yoda. He has sat on the council for 300 years. I knew that if anyone had the wisdom to see what I saw, it would be him. He said nothing, but he brought me to a section of the archives. A section of the archives I had never seen. That archive was for masters on the council only. I was shocked. Relics from the Sith War, imbued with false memory. Books, actual books like this. 2 in particular. Sacred Jedi texts that spoke of false abilities in ways not our own. He knew. He knew we were more than we are. And yet he has done nothing. When I asked him about this, he told me to go to Jedha and search for this. Well, I found it. And upon finding it, I have come to the conclusion that the Jedi are prisoners. The only way Master Yoda and the other council members could know of this lost history and not teach it to us is because they know the truth as I know it. The Jedi cannot exist as part of the Republic. We cannot be peacekeepers. We cannot be slaves to politicians. We have a higher calling. We must pursue balance with the living force. The agenda of politicians changes. The agenda of worlds and regimes change, but the Force's will does not. The Force's will is constant, and if we do not maintain that connection, we are lost. However, should we try to leave the Republic and break away, the Republic would come to fear us, and they would hunt us, and they would destroy us. I cannot come to a conclusion of how we can learn what we need to learn and still be a part of the Republic, nor can I come to a conclusion how to leave the Republic peacefully, unless we have a place to go. That is why I head into the unknown regions. That is why we plot a chart now to head back to where we come from. The lost regions are not lost, they are forgotten. There, perhaps I will find more. I'm going to what I believe this book describes as an outpost. The world is not where it should be. Years of spatial drift, gravitational anomaly have left the world lost. It's actually quite easy to lose a planet over many, many millennia. But if we could find it, if we could somehow track where it was to where it is. Using modern technology, we could predict where it always will be. We could create devices imbued with force ability and navigational equipment, a sort of wayfinder through the cosmos to these lost worlds, apart from the Republic, where we could teach the Jedi what they need to know, apart from the politics and the influence and the corruption, and have a true connection to the Force. We can thrive again as we were meant to. There are other ways that this book speaks of. It speaks of going through hyperspace and traversing it with force ability. Almost like a human compass. It's incredible. Our ancient ancestors were capable of so much more. The ability to project one's thought, one's being across space and time itself to other worlds and other places where you are not physically there, but you are there. It's incredible. I don't know what I will find, but I know that I must try. If I am able to be successful, if I am able to track where our origin is, and create a world and a place where we can exist and train and learn and reconnect with the Force apart from the Republic, we will have a haven that will enable us to break away and be what we always were meant to be, which is just Jedi, no more. We exist for others. There is no self. That is why I must sacrifice myself for this quest and find these places, find these books across the universe. I know for a fact that there are footprints of ancient Jedi scattered through the unknown worlds. I just have to find them. This information could be used against us. Could be very, very dangerous. That is why I take only droids with me. I record these chronicles in this primitive form of recording device so that I know I can transmit the data directly to Master Yoda. He's the only one I can trust to preserve this information. As I said, if the Council knew what I have done, or when they learn of what I have done, they must officially renounce me. The Republic will have to deem me an enemy. Master Yoda will know the truth. He will know why. I believe this is why he showed this to me. I believe he knew I would take on this burden. And I believe he knows I can be successful. This mission may claim my life, but I owe it to the Jedi of the future. Because I shudder to think what will happen if I have failed. It is a lonely journey. But I truly believe at the end of this road lies our salvation. I will record a series of these transmissions with my successes as I find them. End transmission.